Yo, everybody, what's good? I'm Antwon here as your host of Life on the Court podcast. Welcome back to the show and thank you for joining. Now, the focus of the show is to help you with life in your court. Each week, I'm going to give you conversations, information, thought-provoking questions, or scenarios that are innovative, actionable ways to help build self-equity. You're building equity in yourself. Now, here on today's podcast, I would like to talk to you about the one and only Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Day, right? There's a reason why he has his own day, that it's a federal and state holiday. It's because of the impact that he's had on this country, on this world, and the inspiration that he provided in his life through his speeches, through his actions, through the way he has brought people together to connect them, to help with growth, and to lead. You know, you always have to have someone who is the leader of the pack, so to say, but he was just one of many who helped press, push the movement forward with togetherness. One of the things that we tend to not think about is, you know, the big thing is giving people flowers while they're still here. And now that the fact that he's been gone for decades now, his name, his quotes still reign supreme. So I want to ask you, what is your favorite Martin Luther King Jr. quote? Right? If you have that, Google it, write it down, and then ask yourself, how are you how does that quote relate to your life? How are you living through that quote? And if you're not, it's a good time to start, right? It's a lot been going on in the world in the past couple of years. And when I think about MLK, right, what this day represents, again, wanted to connect people, wanted to help grow people and help lead people. And he was all about, togetherness and not being separate. And, you know, um, and what, if you guys don't see it right now, there are other ways that people are trying to separate us. Let's take the public health, for instance, right? It's really not about, the color of your skin right now. It's more about if you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, which is a choice that you choose to make with your body. I'm not going to sit up here and say like one's wrong, the other's right. I'm not here to talk about that. That's your own discretion. However, I just want you guys to pay close attention to some of the wording that's being used and the things that are being put out that is makes it seems like we're becoming more separated because of the crisis that's going on nationwide, worldwide. But I just want you guys to, in this instance, just really try to focus on the truth. Speak the truth. Speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. All right. Because I think it's very important that we do that. So I just have to say that, it doesn't, in this day and age, right? It just doesn't feel like we are, living, with togetherness as far as, how we should, as far as how Martin Luther King, lived his life and, preached and spoke to the people, to the masses about, joining hands and saying, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, I'm free at last. So do you feel free today? Ask yourself that. Do I truly feel free? Whether it's freedom of my career, the freedom in living my family, or living with my family, the freedom that my family has, just, really ask yourself that. Because some people really are not living free. Some people are really enslaved in their mind. Is that you? Are you trapped? Do you feel trapped? There's a way out if you do. But I want to go back to MLK, right? And I said your favorite quote. Do you have one? I actually have a couple of them, but one that sticks out to me and kind of reigns supreme in my life is the quote that he says, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you keep moving forward. Now, I've had situations in my life that I've been in, whether it's sports or job related or family related, and it was tough. It's been tough. Heck, it's tough now with having a business. But what I remember is that quote, and I keep moving forward. As should you. So, that reigns supreme in my life. I live like through that quote every single day of my life. But I want to take a trip down memory lane, right? And how Dr. King has had an impact on my life. Right here, what I'm holding, for those of you who are watching on YouTube, is a uh, is a newspaper article of me at the age of 5. Yes, 5, and that is 1991. Probably one of the best years. All right, so just talks about me having big dreams at the age of 5, how confident I have been at the age of 5. And seems like my 5-year-old is coming to join the podcast. Are you coming to join us? All right. Okay, well, keep listening. I'll be up shortly. Yeah, so that's my 5-year-old. She joined the cast just for a second because her headphones died. But looking back on this event, this article in my life, there's so much in this article to just unpack that I'm kind of living through and living it out today. And the reason that this article was written on me because I was able to, at the age of 5, recite a big portion of the Martin Luther King "I Have a Dream" speech. I did it in front of the Board of Education, other principals, teachers, high school students on that Tuesday night back in 1991. And one of the things it talked about is how the environment that we had in my elementary school at the time was one of building self-confidence, one of building self-esteem in the students, one of the teachers working together to do what's best for the students, meeting students where they're at. This is in the early 90s. It seems that we have gotten away from that as educators, people in the education system, doing what's best for students, doing what's best for yourself, doing what's best for your families. But you gotta have the confidence, the emotional intelligence. And it talks about in this article how I was able to, it talks about the dreams that what I wanted to be when I grew up. And one of them is to play basketball. You guys can look at my background right now if you're watching on YouTube, that I did that. That was a dream at the age of 5. And I've accomplished that dream today. And one of the things it said about me that I had the intelligence and the capability to achieve that. The dreams that you want in your life today, do you have the intelligence and the capability of achieving that goal? I'll answer it for you. You do, okay? And it's up to you to go get it done. So like I've said before, I've said again, no one is coming to save you. You have to save yourself because the time is now, and there's no opportunity wasted. None, not even today. All right. Every day you wake up is another chance to be great. It's another opportunity. Like every choice that you make throughout that day is on the path, is the steps on the journey that you're taking to your destination. Okay. So make sure that you are intentional about your decisions, right? Those dreams that you have. Make sure you have a plan for them. And then the support system that you have, the people that's going to back you in that, make sure that you engage with them. Okay? Because it does take support, it does take help. We all need each other to help one another. I feel like we're all connected in some way, shape, or form. Okay? Just remember that those mistakes and failures that you're going to come across, they're just blessings in disguise, right? There's lessons to be learned in that. Okay? So there's one thing I do want to share with you guys. I want you to listen close. All right? Probably never heard this before. But you don't want to live in reverse. Live, L-I-V-E. You don't want to live in reverse because that is evil. E-V-I-L. I'm going to let that sit with you for a second. Like I said, you don't want to live in reverse because that's evil. You want to live progressing forward every single day. So as you celebrate Martin Luther King Jr.'s day, go back and look at some quotes. Pick out your favorite quote. What resonates with you? What's a quote that you live your life through, like I did? And just really start to live a life of inspiration. Inspire others to be great. Because I feel like that's the highest currency, the ability to inspire someone else. Someone who doesn't know much about MLK, share some information with them. All right? Because I think it's important. And then everything that's going on around you in the world, remember just a fundamental principle. Treat somebody how you will like to be treated in a positive way. I think you got to add a little bit more to that. Because some people out here, believe it or not, they like to be treated crazy. You know why? Because they stay in those toxic relationships, those toxic friendships. So I would venture to say this: live with love, compassion, and understanding. Because in the darkness, what's going to drown out the darkness is the light. Now, when it comes to hate, what's going to drown out hate is love. So love one another today. Love one another moving forward. It's important. Your life depends on it. So, listen, with that being said, we're gonna go, sign off from this episode today. And we're gonna, hopefully you guys really got something out of it today. And I look forward to having you guys next week. So, MLK Day, make sure you celebrate it, right? In some way, shape, or form. And I want to thank you all again for joining the Life on the Court podcast. We are in season 2. As you can see, we are on YouTube right now. And I'm so excited to be able to have that capacity to do it. So for more information or more episodes of Life on the Court, please visit on your phone for the audio, Spotify, Google Podcast, and Apple Podcast. And for the video, please go to YouTube, type in Antwon Harris, type in Life on the Court Podcast. Okay, and that's where you will find this cast. And then for more information about the Antwon Harris Group, just visit www.antwonharris.com. Contact us, email us at info@antwonharris.com. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.